there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you another spoiler coverage for the week. So, this is Chrystia and Marybelle and some Void and Nature cards. The two of them have teamed up and they are going after Valentina. So let's just go ahead and dig right in. So we have Chrystia, Pursuant of Exploding Flame. She is a 3-drop Beast Resonator. She has Swiftness, Target Attack, and First Strike. And you can pay 1 Wind Will to give her flying as well until the end of the turn. So all of those things that she would get from the Sacred Beast, except for the First Strike, instead of the pump, she now just naturally has. And then when this card is put into a graveyard from your field, it deals 500 damage to your opponent. So if she gets killed, it's an automatic little bit of burn damage to your opponent. Pretty cool. 700, 400 though is pretty interesting for a 3-drop. I definitely think that this is a card that 400 is a little bit low for a 3-drop. It's thunderable, it's demon flammable, it can be hit by a bow. There's a lot of different ways to kill it. It does have that First Strike though, which means that, you know, blocking with a chump blocker or something like that's not going to be too important because she's probably going to kill it first. All in all, I think a pretty decent, solid card. We'll have to see exactly what she can do and whether or not that 400 defense kind of comes back to bite her. Then we have the Marybelle, insane self-aware machine. If you look really closely, you can see Chrystia here riding on the shoulder. I think it's just kind of a silly little thing for the artwork. 5-drop 12/12 has Pierce, and you can pay 1 and rest another recovered Resonator you control. This card gains +X+Y until the end of the turn, where X is the attack and Y is the defense of the Resonator rested this way. And this card gains that Resonator's symbol skill until the end of the turn. So essentially, you know, you can kind of put a bunch of stuff on board, put Marybelle on board, and then rest everything and make Marybelle this huge tank that then gets all those symbol skills and has Pierce. So it puts your opponent in a position of, well, if you're going to block, you're still going to take a crap ton of damage, and if you don't block, you're going to take a crap ton of damage. So kind of a finisher kind of thing. She doesn't have any kind of protection, which is the confusing part here. So, I mean, like a stoning to death can still kill her, even though she's so strong. And a 5-drop is pretty expensive, but we are entering what we think is going to be a slower format, so this card can definitely probably see some play. Then we have Huang Long, leader of the 4 Sacred Beasts. So, I would imagine this is like Qing Jin's dad. So it's a 6-drop, 2 green, 4 colorless, Resonator Divine Beast, 1000, 1000. When this card enters your field, for each different attribute among all wills spent to play this card, search your main deck for 4 Sacred Beasts that share that attribute and put it into your field. Then shuffle your deck. And then this card gains +100, +100 for each 4 Sacred Beasts you control. So essentially, what this means is that Huang Long is Chrystia the Ruler's God's Art on legs. So, you know, you can pay those 2 green, which means you're immediately going to get a Qing Jin to follow this guy up. But then if you pay a red, a blue, and a white to cover those void costs, you're also going to get 1 of each of the other 4 Sacred Beasts, which means that you're going to trigger all 4 of those Sacred Beasts' effects, which means that you're going to burn something for 800 damage, you're going to bounce a 4-drop, you're going to gain 800 life, and you're going to draw a card. So there's a lot of potential for this guy to be a big bomb, especially since it can be kind of reused, and if you get all 4 Sacred Beasts, he becomes a 14/14. So that's really awesome. I'm really excited about that. The idea of being able to pull them out of your deck and make some big plays that way, especially if you already have some Sacred Beasts on the board, makes me very excited. As you know, I was a huge fan of the Sacred Beast archetype, played it for a while, and so I'm excited to start tooling around with it again. Now we have Kujata, the Sacred Ox, a Resonator Beast, 2-drop, 5/5, so pretty standard there. For evolution of 2 green, 2 colorless, as long as there are 1 or more evolution counters on this card, gains +5/+5. Okay, so it becomes a 1k, 1k. And whenever an evolution counter is put on this card and target J/Resonator your opponent controls deals damage equal to their attack to each other. So essentially, when a counter gets put on this guy, you get a free Duel of Truth between it and something else. And that's nice because he's going to be that 1,000,000. So his evolution cost is pretty high, but there are other cards, you know, like the bird that when a counter gets put on something else, you put a counter on, you know, a different creature that you control. So stuff like that, you can kind of trigger it and sneak it in that way to kind of keep repeating it and popping stuff off for 1,000 damage. So pretty cool. Then we have Chrystia's Call to Action, a green 1-drop spell chant instant. You may pay 1 less green, so free, to play this card if it targets a beast. Target Resonator gains swiftness and target attack until the end of the turn, and you draw a card. So this is a green card that if it targets a beast is free, so free card, gives any beast swiftness and target attack, so attack anything on board or your opponent's face, even if it came into play that turn, and it replaces itself. So it's essentially just suddenly a huge bump to a Resonator that you control without having to do anything, and being able to dig into your deck even more. This is a very important card for green. This is a very important card for beasts. The beasts that came out in the last set did not really receive any love, really any support, any kind of presence in the deck, because they were really slow. They were really not powerful enough to make an impact. This card, I definitely think, has a way of being able to make that happen, so we'll see how that goes. Then we have the Rhythm of Life. It is a 3-drop addition Resonator. Added Resonator gains +8/+8. And when this card is put into a graveyard from your field, you can put it into its owner's hand. So essentially, this is the addition that never dies. So that's cool. And +8/+8 is nothing to shake a stick at. However, being a 3-cost addition, it's pretty extensive. I don't really necessarily know how much this is going to see play, just because it is really, really expensive. Again, we are entering a slower format, so these kind of cards could be, you know, useful. That 3 cost still makes me think that, you know, especially that if we see Artemis Bows come back, since we're hitting a slower format, you know, I pay 3 to play it. It's popped by a bow, I bring it back to my hand, but I just wasted 3 will. So I don't really necessarily know how effective that's going to be. And then we have the Magic Screw, another Void card. 1-drop Void. Added Resonator gains +6/+6 as long as it is with no attribute. So this essentially is a 1-drop bonus to any Void creature. That just gives it 6/6. Like, that is a lot of bonus for only a small cost. This can turn a Clockwork Soldier into a 9/9 on turn 2, and then you could give it target attack, you know, or something like that. It actually naturally has target attack, so like lots of crazy stuff going on there. I'm very excited to see that Void is also getting a little bit of support. So there you have it, guys. That's all we have for today. Let me know what you think about these cards, what decks you would want to see them played in, down in the comment sections down below. Like and subscribe as always, and until next time, this is TMO73 signing off.